Now for the show that's truly too hot to handle. It's The Melting Pat, and it starts right now.
You're listening to The Melting Pat. Here's your host, Pat Johnson.
Hello, my friends. Thank you, Jerome. Welcome to the show, The Melting Pat. That was different. The Next Level Network. Hi, I'm Pat. If you're new to the show, well, sorry. But no, if you're new to the show, this is what generally happens. I hosted 4 radio shows when I was in college. Sports, music, pro wrestling, and pop culture / general chatter. And so we kind of go, The Melting Pat is a combination of all of those. And so we go all over the map with, well, let me not say that. We cover a wide range of topics and discussion questions and whatnot. So that's what's going on generally for the show. But today we are singularly focused because we have an interview with our friend from Midfield. His name is Kurt. He plays the guitars. He doesn't do that, but maybe he will soon. We just finished our conversation. It was fantastic, and I'm going to play that for you shortly. So there you go. That's the show today. That's the whole show. So we're going to end after. Well, we got the bonus question. That's going to be after the song, and then that's that. So we'll do all this stuff up top. Come out to the live show, September 14 at Constata. We are taping episode 500 to celebrate a milestone. So come on out, themeltingpat.com. The live show tab has all the information that you need. So let me know if you're coming out. Bring your friends. Free to get in, free parking, food and drink available for purchase. We'll have live music. We'll have special guests. We're going to have a great time all the way around. So there we go. We got not out of the way, but we did the thing that we were supposed to do. And now we're going to do the other things that we have to do. Themeltingpat.com. All the stuff for me is up there. The newsletter, the Patreon, the live show, the other stuff. It's all there. Okay, so go check it out. And no G-Love today, but check out, whoa, I just punched the microphone for some reason. Go check out G-Love and Special Sauce at Philadelphonic.com. So there you go. All right, we're good, right? Yeah, we'll play the interview, and then the song, and then the bonus question, and then that's it. All right? Great. Awesome. Thanks for coming. And I don't know, if you're in a band and you want to come on the show, let me know. All right? Or if you just want to come on and talk about something else, just let me know. All right? We'll work it out. Unless you're a weirdo. But anyway, Christ. Pat, just get to it, would you? Would you please? All right, Midfield, their self-titled record. It's out now. Go stream it. Go buy it. Go do the stuff. Midfield.pizza for more from them. And I said that I was going to say something in the intro. And, they're doing a show October 4th. Hold on. We're going to look this up right now. I just saw it on their Instagram, so I'm going to look it up for you. Right this second. I'm moving stuff around. Sorry, everyone. I know I should be more professional. I think it's October 4th. Let me see. It is. Look at me. Look at me. October 4th, Kung Fu Necktie. They're playing with Calling All Captains, friends of the show, and Goalkeeper on the Emotion Sickness Tour. So there you go. Tickets at davekisspresents.com. There you go. October 4, Kung Fu Necktie. Go say hello. Tell them Pat sent you. And they'll say, that guy? Yeah, one of us knows that guy. And then Calling All Captains. They might know who I am too. They probably won't. But we played one song by them 4 months ago or whatever. So they may not know who I am. But anyway, there we go. I see, Kurt, I did it. I said I was going to do the thing, and I did. So midfield.pizza for more from them. Their self-titled record is available now. So go get the thing where you get your things. Tell them I said hello. And, yeah, did we go not safe for work in this? Not really. The song is not safe for work. So be on the listen out for that. But I think we did okay. I think we did all right. So here we go. Here is me and Kurt from Midfield. Enjoy. That was the longest 5 seconds of my day right there. That was because it's always weird. I'm like, yeah, we'll get 5 seconds. And then we just stare at each other and say, we're not ready before we're ready to start. So thanks for being here, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for taking the time. So new album. It's out. It's called Midfield. 100,000 streams. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, we were blown away with how many people immediately kind of jumped onto it, shared it, and I guess listened to it off, out of everything.
Sadly, I was not part of that. I don't use Spotify, but I did buy it. So,
oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, I bought it on iTunes because I was going to play your song a week ago. And then I was like, wait, maybe one of them will come on and we can do this instead. And so I bought it on iTunes. And then I get the email like, oh, it's on Bandcamp. I'm like, son of a.
Sorry.
Bandcamp's way easier.
We're incredibly DIY. So we don't, if we don't have our ducks in a row, they'll just cross the street as they go. You know what I mean?
Are you so DIY that the YouTube version of this won't flag your song? Is that?
I don't know if we're that DIY.
I guess I'll find out. I'll let you know.
I can actually make it so that doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't matter. I don't make money from YouTube. It doesn't matter.
All right.
But if I did, then I'd be asking everybody, be like, hey, can you
It's definitely something I'll still send a link for and be like, hey, this is fine, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I learned with this is I basically just need permission. And as long as you're not on like a big time label, I don't have to pay anybody any money. And I'm like, yes, great, perfect.
I don't think you'll have to pay any money regardless. But again, I will be sure to back end look into this for you.
I mean, I've been playing your songs for a couple of years now, so I hope I don't owe anybody any money.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have any problems, then you're good. I won't even say anything.
So I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I got a couple of questions before we dive in. I didn't prep Kurt for this, by the way. This is all just we just hit record and we're going for it. So there you go. This is how I do the show generally, anyway. Just hit record, see what happens.
I like it.
Part of the fun. I love asking this question. So generally speaking, when you sit down to write a song, when you guys sit down to write a song, how does that come together? Does somebody come in with a guitar riff or a drum beat or something, or somebody come with lyrics and a melody, or do you sit around and make noises with your faces like and just kind of figure from there? How does it generally go?
So we have different methods depending on who did the song, or who started it, I should say, because we all come together and make it Midfield after one person brings it in, if that's how it goes. So for me personally, I'll usually do like guitars. I might have lyrics with it. I'll do like very bad drums on my like MIDI and stuff, and then Ty makes them so much better. But I'll come in with kind of like at least a verse chorus structure of like, here is what I have for us. And then if I have lyrics, I'll talk to Matt. If I need him to come up with lyrics, I will harp on Matt to come up with lyrics for about a month and a half. But then we have like,
Matt, get it together over there.
He's good. It's just if I know we need him, I will just keep asking like, hey, you have lyrics for that song yet? But
did you finish those errands? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's how Ty and PJ do it for a couple, which is, they'll hang out, they'll drink, and they'll just fart around on the computer.
Fantastic.
Which is admittedly like the way cooler version.
Fantastic. Yeah, that sounds way more fun.
Yeah, no, I'm not as fun as those two, but and then Matt will sometimes bring like guitar riffs, or he'll have like lines that he's had in his back pocket for a little bit. So it is dependent on everyone, but it doesn't. I don't think we typically come with like a full finished product and say like, this is just what this is, and everyone goes, okay. Yeah,
that's interesting. Have you ever thrown something in ChatGPT or like Suno AI and just kind of see what comes back and make it sound like a real thing, like edit it yourself to make it sound like a real thing?
So we haven't. I don't think that craze. This was like 3 years in the making, this album.
Okay.
So AI wasn't like what it is like this past year. Me working in like art and doing music, I'm actually kind of against AI. I don't like that this is what I mean, it might be, I'm not trying to make anyone mad, do what you want. I just think that we should probably be using it to not take away creative jobs personally.
I will say I've used it to kind of punch up songs I already have. So like you can put in your own lyrics and it'll like put in some genres and it'll spit back something. And I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. And then take that idea from like, oh, now I can hear what this would sound like if it was sung, and then just go off in a dip. So I'm not someone who's going to make a thing with AI and put it out and be like, look what I did. Cause that's not me. Cause that's cheating and that's not fair. But
sure. I again, like it's super. Like there's a caveman country genre on TikTok right now. It's like I I
What?
can't even demonstrate it, but just look up caveman country. It's so funny, and that's pure AI. And like I see why it's funny and entertaining. It's good, right? Like
Yeah.
I get it,
Yeah.
100%. We haven't used it, no,
Okay.
to the answer to the question. But yeah, I see where it could be viable.
It can be fun, and it can be
Yeah.
like just messing around and making like make me a song about this. Like it's fun,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to go pretend that like look at this beat that I made. Like that's not.
Sure.
There are
Yeah.
people who will do that, and I'm just like, yeah, no, there's a line there, and you crossed it, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, again, it's there's so many shades of gray. It's so nuanced. So
Yeah.
Matt's definitely sent me like there was a month where Matt would just send in AI prompted songs that he was
that's
he was
fantastic.
doing on something, and
That's
it was
fun.
always like, yeah, it was always nonsense, but we laughed at it. It was good.
And it's just fun, and it sounds
Yeah.
like fake and plasticky, and like you would never
Mhm.
confuse the vocals for a real person unless I don't know, you don't listen to music that often, but or like you don't know what people sound like.
Yeah, no, it was funny though. It was good.
It's fun.
For
All
sure.
right, so the next record is going to be made by AI, and
Mhm,
Kurt's going to
completely.
spearhead it. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. Very excited to hear what that sounds like.
I'm on the keys now.
Like these guys sound really different. This is interesting. What a shift. Wow. So you had two features on this album that I don't think were AI. Goalkeeper and Millington. I think they're real people. How did those come? Like when you ask about somebody, like when you think about a feature, do you have somebody in mind, or is it like people you've toured with and you go, hey, this would fit for this song? How did those two features come about for the record?
Yeah, so I love Ryan Beebe from Goalkeeper's voice. It's like very 4 year strong ADTR, that heavier, like bassier voice.
Yeah.
So when we had the breakdown in Southpaw, I thought like we were looking for features for the album just because like we like to collab, we like to, boost our friends, like be like, oh, like this is Goalkeeper, if you haven't heard of them, like we're Midfield, you know what I mean? Like, but his voice is so sick, and I just thought that part would really hit if we had like a deeper voice like that, and he was generous enough to do it. And Cody from Millington also has a sick voice, and he like killed that bridge for us.
He really
that
did.
Was more of like
Absolutely
that was more of
crushed
like we've played. Yeah, that was more of like we've played with them, and we're looking for another feature. And he was just so perfect for that spot, and he nailed it.
That's fantastic. So like, so you might have somebody like something in mind where like we need a deeper voice, or we need like this guy's voice is sick as hell that could fit with this. So did you have the part written for them, or did they come in, write it, and do the thing, or did you have it already for them?
There was always like a little bit of collab when it comes to it. Like we might have written the bridge for Ryan, or I think he contributed a little bit to like what some of the hits were or something like that. Like I think when someone comes in and jumps on a track, they definitely have to have their say in how things go. So I don't 100% remember for Southpaw Cody. I know that he came in and wrote that part and just crushed it.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you ask him, hey, Cody, can you feature on the song? Yeah, sure. He shows up 3 days later with a fully written thing like, here you go.
If I remember correctly, he goes, can you send me the lyrics? Like, I'm going to listen to the song and try and, get what it's about, but can you send me the lyrics? And I'm like scrambling to try and get them because I couldn't remember what they were. And like, before I could even answer him back, he goes, here, I just threw together some emo. And like, it just went off. We were all so hype on it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm sure you had demos at this point, right? Where you could send them a thing, or were you completely in the beginning of the phase of the songs?
No, by the time we were like looking around for features, we would like to kind of be able to show you like, this is what we have. This is the vibe of the song. So we make sure that like the pre-pro stage is at least done where we have like scratch guitars, drums, and vocals.
Like, no, we had 4 words and said, hey, can you guys get this together for us? Thanks.
Right. They actually wrote the songs.
Wow. Well, there you go. See, now we're learning. Yeah, something.
They're AI. So
they're actually Suno AI. That's what that is.
Right.
Well, see, there we go. Using it as a tool. I love it. That's great. It sounds real. That's the goal. It sounds real. Speaking of guitars, the guitars on this record they sound like real crunchy. Maybe gnarly is the good word. Like there's a certain tone, and I do play guitar. I don't know anything about tones or pedals or effects, or all my stuff's acoustic. I know nothing about fancy whatevers, but they all sound like crunchy and messy's not the right word, but like, was that a choice when you had these songs written, or did you get in the studio and go, hey, let's mess around with these knobs and however you do effects? How did that come out? Yeah.
So we got Jeff McKinnon and Evan Seeberger as our, like, those are our guys, right? Like, we've been with them since they started recording, basically, and like they're the kings of finding what tone is going to work and what really hits. We have our says like, oh, I wish this was more mid-heavy. I wish this was a little more light, or I wish this was more distorted, noisy, grungy, whatever. But like, they are the kings of setting like the tone on the guitars and making the songs as big as they are.
That's tremendous. So
they're so good.
You had like a baseline idea of like, here's the clean version, I guess. That's probably the best way. Here's like the clean version of the song. How can you make this? I wish this had a little more bass in it. I wish this had a little more, like the mid was different or whatever it was. And they sat down and said, okay, yeah. And they turned their dials and moved their faders and pressed their buttons and just made it happen.
Yeah, we definitely, I'll send, when I do demos, I have a pretty, I use Bias Amp, which is a pretty like rudimentary like guitar amp pack.
Okay.
For recording, and it sounds fine, but it's not anything close to what comes out of Jeff's computer when he's done at the end of the day. So I'll send him over, and he kind of like reads the vibe, and he'll try out some tones. But like, they definitely, he asked me before, he's like, do you come like with the demo and like you have the idea of what the finished product in your head is going to sound like, and then do I give that to you? And I was like, you give that to me every single time, if not usually better. Yeah.
It's great when it comes back like you have an idea of what something's going to sound like, whatever it is. And then they come back with it 4 levels above anything you could have thought. And you're like, wait, did I write this? Did I make this? Or did you did you change anything? What happened here?
Right. No, their production is top notch. I think that's the thing that we most appropriately get praised for on any release is the production.
Yeah, it all sounds tremendous. And it sounds like, a lot of care went into it, where like these things all have a place and it's all come together in such a wonderful way that we have this record. It's fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. We owe a lot to Jeff and Evan.
Yeah. Oh, they're great. So I'm curious. I recorded some music. I did it right here in this chair, actually. So I don't know anything about what the studio is like. So can you walk through like what a typical recording day might look like? I mean, I'm sure they're all different, but when you're ready to finish a song, like get a full song done, how does that work when you hit the studio for that song?
On Midfield time or on like normal, like artist time?
Well, listen, I put out a record that my best friend and I worked on for like 15 years. So dealer's choice.
Fair enough. Yeah, typically like, so we'll get together a Google Drive or whatever, file sharing software you want to use of demos that we've done ourselves. And that might be things that I booted out of my computer. It might be things that I've kicked over to Ty. He's updated the drums, and then he's put different guitar tones on and then sent out. And then however that MP3 gets to being, this is our demo. We send that to Jeff, we schedule it. And then each instrument, like for this album, each instrument had kind of its moment in time that we would do. So guitars went up first, then bass, then we had, a couple days of drums. Then the rest of the time is Matt, and then we get like gang vocals at the end. It's all very sectioned and like organized. Again, shout out Jeff and Evan. But it's really just one instrument at a time, especially for the album. We made sure that like, okay, the scratch guitars are done on this. And sometimes they use it from the demo. Sometimes we workshop some things. Since we were working on this, like, it wasn't pandemic time. I'm not lying. But there was something that restricted us from being able to get up there. We actually also he streamed his studio live so that we could hear like the changes he was making. And like, we had our guitars on us and could play back things that like we wanted to hear into it.
That's
technology's
awesome.
crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, it's also crazy that like you can do like we couldn't do that 10 years ago where we all had to be
Right.
in one place to do a thing. And now like you don't even have to be in the same state. And everybody can just do their own thing from their computer, from their wherever. And then it all comes together and you'd never know the difference.
Right.
Well, now you use
But
AI.
yeah, I mean,
so
yeah,
now
but now it's all,
you know, yeah.
I just press space bar and the song's done. So
Yeah.
all out the window.
The workflow's just been so condensed. It's got to be great.
Yeah.
You don't have to work 3 years on an album, 25 minutes max, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right. We're unearthing a lot here. Yeah. You might lose your job after this, but,
It's okay.
you know, the AI royalties are going to come in handy, though. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, these things happen.
Yeah. You'll get another 100K streams,
Mhm.
and then you'll get 78 cents from Spotify. Oh, not even. Jeez.
I'm getting a whole 78 cents from Spotify.
You might have to get some more AI, get some cranking more AI out there. I don't know,
Did you mean
man.
7 or 8 cents? Is that what you
Yeah,
were
that's what I
actually
meant to
trying
say. Yeah, 7 or 8 cents. I'm sorry. Yeah. If that. Geez, I've talked about that with people on the show before where it's like, yeah, like a million streams, you get a third of a penny or something. I'm like, Jesus, what are we? And this is the thing we're throwing all of our eggs in. It just seems so. I'm just like, just buy the records, people, please. Just buy the records.
It is appreciated.
Get them on Bandcamp sooner, would you? Come on.
Yeah, no, fair. That's definitely a fair shot.
I mean, that's just for me, specifically for
I
me.
gotcha.
That's all.
I understand.
But yeah, just buy the records, man. Just everybody buy the records, and well, no, because 100,000 streams for you guys is like that's not small potatoes, as they say.
No, I mean, buying the records is nice, buying merch is great, but like, I just really appreciate how many people have been how many people have like found us and been turned on to us. Like, we've seen an influx of Reddit posts in the Pop Punkers Reddit, just like like people are saying album of the year. I don't know.
Wow, look at you.
Like, I know, and I find that so funny to see like Midfield has album of the year, and I'm like, guys, we super don't, but I really appreciate that someone is infatuated with it enough to come in and say this.
And that you're getting positive things from Reddit. That's really that's a feat in itself.
I again super appreciate like the feedback that we've gotten on this. It's been overwhelmingly positive, and like being kind of under like the rug for a little bit. It's really cool to see like people's reactions and like just the appreciation for like the work that you put into something for so long.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like the payoff is, first of all, the record being done and sounding how it sounded in your head 3 years ago or over the last 3 years. And then again, when 100,000 people go, or, you know, it's streamed 100,000 times, 100,000 people listening, all of what that would be. I can't even picture that many people in one place. That's crazy. But yeah, 100,000 streams is another thing. And then like getting praise from the weirdos on Reddit is a third thing. So really, like you're crushing it, really.
It's a good spot to be in Midfield right now. That's
And then you found your way to me.
Yeah.
Not sure where I fit in this equation, but
long time friend of the show, right?
But yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so we are going to play a song from the record. We'll do. Okay. Did I write it down? I did. Fishtown and Down. We'll do that one. Okay. By the way, friends, it's not safe for work because somebody has a potty mouth over there. Sometimes people listen with their kids, which seems insane that people's kids listen to the show. So just a heads up, everybody. There's some bad words not coming from me. So tell me all about how Fishtown and Down came together with the AI prompt and the sitting in the studio and tossing things back and forth. How did this song come to be a thing?
This one was one that I brought to the table.
Look at you. Let's see it. Now it just fits. You're on the show. We're playing your song. This is great.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm glad it's one that I can talk about.
Imagine like, oh, I actually didn't do this one at all. I don't know. I can't help you with that.
When you said one person, I was like, oh no, what if he brings up like one of the ones I was kind of hands off with? Yeah, so Fishtown and Down was definitely one that came from the table, and I've always loved like the dancier kind of like poppier side of the genre, and I really wanted a chorus that drives that home, and I think we definitely got that in Fishtown and Down. But it was just kind of a culmination of like, so when I write lyrics, I wrote everything except like the bridge for this one, I believe, lyrically. And the first thing I kind of always think of is like, what's something I could see like a crowd yelling back to you while the song starts or while the chorus is going. And this one was definitely like, I can see people yelling back, like the beginning of this song, she asked me, honey, could you meet me down on Front Street? Like I could see that happening as the guitar starts and everything starts to come in. And then you get like this rush of like, the dancey energy, the poppy like chorus. But yeah, so this one started with me kind of looking at like a lot of the songs that have like that 4 on the floor chorus, that very drivey, like, dancey beat.
Yeah.
And kind of what they did well. And then I demoed it out and I took it to Jeff. And I just remember he was just like, yeah, I think this is the worst one, man. I don't like this one that much. And so
Jeff, no.
He's always from I love it. He's no holds barred. He's from the top rope. But I was like, all right, like, I get that. That's fine. If we could still do it though. And we workshopped it. He definitely put his twist on it to like enhance things. Like he had good ideas for some guitar parts that would kind of make it more interesting. And after the back and forth and after like we finally got Matt's scratch vocals on it, I remember getting the text. He was like, all right, I see the vision. I get this. This is
all right. It doesn't actually suck.
this is okay. Yeah. Yeah. So then it's one of those things. Fishtown and Down is definitely one that started out, not the house favorite. I loved it as soon as I heard like the music kind of put together, and he was still like, I don't know, man.
Maybe you should stick to guitars, man. Just saying.
But then once it was all kind of put together, we were like, this is pretty fun. We got something here, I think. So then that was one of the first ones we got done, and one of the first things we were like, let's do a video for this one. So that one kind of came together piece by piece, with a little bit of back and forth between like us and Jeff, and like Ty and Matt got in on writing some vocals in the bridge, and then it just felt like a really good complete product. So yeah, we were pretty happy with that one.
And you did that first because Jeff said, get this crap out of the way. Let's get this amateur hour stuff out of the way.
I think that was the first one that we kind of had in full. It wasn't the first one that we like started, I should say, I guess.
Okay. And then they decided that you could still be in the band and still write lyrics because it actually wasn't as bad.
Well, I'm on a temporary thing, like like when you get hired, you get like 90 days probation.
Yeah, you're on probation. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on probation for about 8 years now, so we'll see if I can keep re-upping this contract.
Yeah, they're still not sure,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this sways them in any direction. That'd be great.
Yeah, you just want an answer. It doesn't matter.
I can't guarantee which way it'll go for you, but
right.
I think you did well here. I think you did.
I appreciate that.
Also, don't park on Front Street because then your windows will get smashed. So don't park there.
Sure.
That's not a good place to park your car.
Oh yeah.
I'm up in the Northeast, so it's so I'm not down there, but I see the things. I know what people are worried about.
I grew up in the far Northeast.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'd move out of here tomorrow if I could. But anyway, I'd move out of the city in general tomorrow if I could. But neither here nor there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. I do have another question for you. It's a bonus. We'll do it at the end.
Okay.
But we're going to play a song. Kurt, thanks for being here, man. This was tremendous.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we worked it out. All right. So midfield.pizza is where you find more from them. Fantastic domain, by the way. That's chef's kiss. Just absolutely. You nailed it. Whoever made that choice, you nailed it.
It's a team effort.
Way to go. So the self-titled album is out now. I almost said, you know what? No, I'll do it. The self-titled album Midfield is out now. There we go. That's funny. It's out now. Go get it. Go stream it. Go buy it. Go do the thing. And here is Fishtown and Down. We'll be right back.
She asked me, honey, could you meet me down on Front Street? The cafe where I crack my cell phone on the concrete. The cafe where she always got us morning pastries that I never wanted, cause I never liked sweets. She stood there waiting in the coat I bought her last year. Her eyes were puffy and she visibly had back tears. Pain in my stomach, should've saw it coming. I watched her walk away with everything I ever wanted through. Living her own life. said it, and I know it sounds pathetic, but I just can't get past it. How could I live without the feeling of her lips on my neck, her head on my chest, the feeling of her hands in mine, the way she moved to the music, asking to dance. How could I decline? All I ever wanted is through. All I ever wanted, all I ever wanted was you. All I ever wanted was you. All I ever wanted was you. Forget me, fall into nothing. I thought we had something as the lights start to fade and the skies turn to gray. 'Cause I could never be the one you wanted. Tried my best and ended up discarded. Painted black and left me where I started. Chasing after fireflies, only to be left in gloom. A sunken ship is where I lay. You are the waves that wash me away. But that's the price I will pay for living without the feeling of her lips on my neck, her head on my chest, the feeling of her hands in mine, the way she moved to the music, asking to dance. How can I take all I ever wanted is through. All I ever wanted, all I ever wanted was you. All I ever wanted was you. Her lips on my neck, her head on my chest, the feeling of her hands in mine, the way she moved to the music, asking to dance. How could I decline? All I ever wanted is through. All I ever wanted, all I ever wanted was you. All I ever wanted was you. And all I ever wanted was you. And all I ever wanted was your lips on my neck, your head on my chest, the feeling of your hands in mine, the way you move to the music, asking to dance. How could I decline? All I ever want, and it's true. All I ever want is, all I ever want is you. All I ever want is you.
All right, Kurt, you're not done yet. We got one more
Okay.
question. I
Fair enough.
ask this of every guest, and I do judge you based on your answer. So think carefully.
Excellent.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I don't like that I'm going to be judged based off this. This is rough. No.
I'm happy to tell you, Kurt. That's the correct answer.
Excellent. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I put my foot in my mouth. Can we delete that part? I don't want that part being out.
Yeah, I'll censor that part. Don't worry. We'll put the Super Mario coin on there. We'll be fine. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Um,
When you take into account a taco.
yeah, taco. North American taco, if you will. But really, yeah, the hinge of the bread makes the hot dog its own thing.
Right.
Like when you go to a deli and ask for a sandwich, they're not going to bring you a hot dog. If they do, they shouldn't. Really, they shouldn't do that. So,
Right.
if they do, don't go back there. I think that's.
Yeah, there's some communication skills lacking there that I'd be more concerned about other things going on.
Yeah, where are you going? That you're asking for a sandwich and they're bringing you a hot dog on a plate. That just seems very strange. All right, we'll cut that part out. But I don't think my boss listens anymore. It doesn't matter. But she's coming to the live show, so I guess maybe I do have to cut that out. Okay, great, no problem. Break. We did it.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you for being here, Kurt. This was so much fun, and love the record. Kick some ass on the tour.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.